Well, according to your mate,
Jeremy Clarkson,
he said on the One Show last night that the people who were out protesting yesterday should be taken out and shot in front of their families.
Well, it's obviously a silly thing to say, and I'm sure he didn't mean that. I didn't see the remark, but I mean, I'm sure that it's
Clarkson at Heathrow today on his way to China, and implying he'd been quoted out of context.
See what I actually said, and then you can judge.
What he actually said was this.
Do you think the strikes have been a good idea?
Fantastic. Absolutely. Never had. London today has just been empty. Everybody stayed at home, you could whiz about, restaurants were empty.
And then he added this, in the same satirical tone.
We have to balance it, though, don't we? Because this is the BBC and the
Exactly. Yes, exactly.
Frankly, I'd have them all shot. I would take them outside and execute them in front of their families. I mean, how dare they go on strike when they've got...
Today, the BBC apologised, and so did Jeremy Clarkson, saying he'd meant it as a joke. But others, including many supporters of yesterday's strike, failed to see the funny side. They saw a combination of bad taste and a politically motivated attack.
For Jeremy Clarkson, a close friend of David Cameron, to say that is not only misjudged, but it's incitement to hatred. It's a horrible thing to do.
Tonight, the union welcomed Jeremy Clarkson's apology and invited him to spend a day on a hospital ward with one of its members. Earlier, the Prime Minister had sounded a touch embarrassed by the whole affair.
It's obviously a silly thing to say, and I'm sure he didn't mean that. I didn't see the remark, but I mean, I'm sure that it's a silly thing to say.
Jeremy Clarkson actually said two things on the One Show that provoked complaints. The other was a joke about people who commit suicide by throwing themselves under trains. The One Show team thought that was so offensive they apologised at the end of the programme, but they didn't apologise for the joke about strikers, presumably because they thought it fell on the right side of the line between the unacceptable and the merely satirical. When Russell Brand and Jonathan Ross crossed that line by making offensive prank calls to the actor Andrew Sachs, one was sacked and the other was suspended. Jeremy Clarkson himself is no stranger to controversy. Suggesting truck drivers murdered prostitutes caused offence, so did calling Gordon Brown a one-eyed idiot. Reaction to his latest remarks?
That was downright disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful.
It's just his sense of humour.
Yeah.
And
but maybe he shouldn't have been on the One Show.
But Jeremy Clarkson can take it as well as dish it out.
Oh, good one!
This was his reaction when he went to Oxford to receive an honorary degree and was hit by a custard pie.
Good one! That's a great... Was that you?
Nick Hyam, BBC News.